This is a tutorial on how to use Adobe Premiere Pro to edit your Claymation still images into a video. We're going to go to our type bar down here and type Adobe Premiere. And notice there's two Premieres, Premiere Rush and Premiere Pro. We want Adobe Premiere Pro. Double click that, takes a moment to open. In the upper left-hand corner, you'll see the New Project button in blue. Go ahead and select that. In the upper left-hand corner, you'll see where we can type in a project name, change Untitled to Claymation. In the bottom left-hand corner is the Create button. Click Create. Now, the first thing we need to do is change the import settings for our still images. We're going to go to the Edit pull-down menu, go all the way down to the bottom to Preferences, slide over, and all the way down to the bottom, nearly the bottom, is Timeline. We're going to select Timeline. In the Timeline window, we're going to see Still Image Default Duration. This is what we need to change. We're going to select that from seconds to frames, and we're going to change the default to 2 frames. So we're importing each image at 2 frames. Now, we're going to click the OK button, and we're ready to import in our projects. We can click this blue Import button, or we can go to File, Import, Control-I is the shortcut, and we'll navigate to wherever your folder is that has the Claymation images. So here's mine. I'm going to select everything in this, which should just have the still images. So I'll go Control-A and click Open. It's now imported all of these images into our project window. Next, we need to set up a timeline. So I'll select over here for Timeline, and I'm going to go to File, New, Sequence. In the sequence settings, we're going to make sure that we select the HD 1080p and this top one, 1080p 23976 frames per second. That's 24 frames per second. And we're going to click OK. The next step is to take all of these images and select them. And it's important that you have the name on these so that they're in sequential order. So you can see I have the arrow pointing up here, and this is 8706, 8707. So I'm going to select to the top one, scroll all the way down, and then select the bottom one. I don't want to select the sequence at the bottom, which is our timeline. Now that I have these selected, I'm going to take the top one, so I'll scroll back up, and drag it right into video track 1. Now, we can't see this image very well, so we need to zoom in on this. So there's a zoom feature right here that it's this little circle right here. I'm going to grab this and pull this so we can see this nice and close. All right, here's our first image. And the problem is that it's come in and it's really zoomed in. The still image is larger than our 1080 video image. So we're going to set that, we're going to fix that by selecting all of these. And we can, once we're in the sequence, we can do that by going Control-A. Now they're all selected. I'm going on the first image here. On the first image, I'm going to do a right click and I'm going to select Scale to Frame Size. By doing that, we can see the entire image that was photographed. Unfortunately, it's going to give these black bars, which we don't want to see on a widescreen project. So the fix for that is to take this first image. So I've deselected, clicked off, and now just selecting the first image, double-clicking it. Now, in the source window, I'm going to go to Effect Controls, and under Scale, I'm going to type 120. Hit Return. And now I can see my project is properly scaled in the image. Sometimes the the composition isn't quite right, and we may want to adjust the image up or down. So we can do that by going to the position section here and grabbing this and moving it. Now watch what I'm doing here is I can type in a number, but I want to just click right over here and pull this number up or down. When I pull this number up or down, you can see that I can adjust the framing here. So I don't want to see this yellow piece of paper. I'm just going to crop it out. Makes it a little high, but that's, I think, a better composition. Now, I need to copy that setting to all the rest of these. So the way I'm going to do that is to do a right click again on this, and I'm going to select copy. The next step is to click and drag and select all of these except for the first one, because the first one has the changes made, but we need to make the changes on all the others. So I'm going to click, drag, hold, go and select them all. On this last one, I'm going to do a right click and select paste attributes. And we'll have all these things that are just pre-selected as check marks. So I'm going to click OK. And now when I play this back, I can see the framing is good for it. I'll hit the home key to jump back to the beginning, and I can play this back and just see how it looks. All right, so that's working. The final part of this is to add the text. So I'll hit the end key to jump to the end. I'm going to click my T tool to start typing my credits at the end. So I'll click in the middle of this black area here, and I'll type animated by, and then you would type in your names and whatever they are. James, and if you have however many partners you have. You can set this by clicking the arrow tool and moving this to where you would like it to go. The final part is to add sound effects and music. So, and particularly the sound effects are what's going to give this a sense of life. Pixabay.com and freesound.org are two excellent sources for sound effects. And Pixabay also has a great selection of music. When you're ready to finish your project, you're going to go to File, scroll down to Export, and then select Media. In the File Name section, give your project a name, keep the .mp4 extension, go to Locations, and select a location. You could put it in your Downloads folder or in your Documents folder. Next, we're going to change this high quality. And if we scroll down to the bottom here, we can see more presets. We're going to select more presets. In the preset manager, we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. And here we'll see YouTube 1080 Full HD. This is a great one for YouTube, and it also just really looks good. You could play it on any computer. We'll select that and then select OK. So we don't need to adjust the next one format. It should be H.264. And then we just need to go down to the bottom corner and select Export. It will take a few moments to create the video. When the video is complete, share it with your partners so they can access it on your Google Drive. Then make a copy of it. The copy is what you will submit to Google Classroom.